Welcome to largest issue in the galaxy, every issue in the galaxy from Cold Wars to Dirty Whores. I am your host, Riley, and I am joined by frequent guest and good friend, Mo Diggity.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
I don't know how they're doing. I'm doing just fine. We're having a good day here. Well, not really. You know, we got some somber things to touch on today, but you know, I'm always glad to gather here with my friend Mo.
Yes. Gather at the same spots every fortnight so we can regale each other of tales past and pleasantries
so you can
exchanged.
wipe out Tomato Town?
Yes, so we can all wipe out Tomato Town. That's a stupid fucking meme, and I'm glad it's already dead. Because it was so, like, 2 weeks ago, it's like someone went, lol Tomato Town, lol Fortnite, and then the fucking sheep of the nation just fucking parroted it, and now luckily, the meme's dead. So, at least we have that going.
Yeah, that's we're thankful for that. So yeah, I think you can infer from the title, why we're here today. So, you know, we had just recently gotten back into the groove of releasing largest issue episodes regularly, but now due to just some unforeseen circumstances, life stuff, you know what I mean, largest issue is coming to an end. This is the last episode. And we're here today to, you know, reminisce and send the show off.
My heart hurts for the show, and for you, and for anyone else who's involved, but for the life of me, I can't really think of who else would be involved in this show besides you and me. Like, didn't you just do this by yourself for the longest time?
Yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, I can, well, there were other people involved, you know, so like there are people to thank, people who have been involved with the show. Like, you know, thank you to Grant, our first audio engineer. He was around for a couple episodes. He was an important part at the beginning of the show. Although I think it's kind of like a good thing that he isn't around anymore. Like, I love the guy, but I feel like a lot of our best moments on the show would have been interfered with by him saying, next bit, go on, next bit.
Oh God, yes.
But, yeah, thank you to Grant. He got the show off the grounds. And then there were so many guests that have been on the show. Like, thank you to Jason, who I guess is our current audio engineer. He does the audio stuff. He was on the show a lot. Ian, my good friend, who I think is gone from the internet entirely at this point, he was on the show a lot in the early days. That's actually, like, I think it's my favorite episode to date, is the episode where I had you both on, you and Ian, and you guys got into some skirmishes.
Oh, is that the kid who's all like, you know, socialism is cool and all that stuff? Is that
that one? That's it.
Oh God, I need to re-listen to that episode, because some of my better work's on there. That and a few of them on the Cameron Clark show. They even got one where I fucking spurged out completely. Like one of my old, I don't know what it is about Cameron Clark's show. You know, I always they always get my dander up.
Yeah, Cameron Clark is pretty good at getting you to spurg out. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, you've seen it happen.
There's a debate episode on this podcast feed where you tell him to shut up and you leave. It was Beth, actually, but he was part of it. That group of gamers, something else. But I mean, speaking of that, thank you to other guests like Beth and Cameron Clark and Gordy and Tomas. That was a really good episode when we had them on. Thank you to Noah and Victor from Unfiltered the Epilogue. They were some recent guests that they brought a little bit of attention to that show. Demi was probably our most recent like new guest. We've had you on a couple times since we had Demi on, but he's our most recent new guest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I guess thank you to Cameron. Like, I don't like the guy anymore, but he did edit a lot of this show, and he was on an episode, so I guess he deserves a thank you. And I think I've hit everyone who really was involved with the show. I just wanted to, you know, give thanks. Oh, well, obviously, very important thank you to you, Mo.
Oh, thank you. If you don't mind, I have a couple of people I'd like to thank real quick before we get the show on the road.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. I'd like to thank the following people: John Hammond, Alan Grant, Ian Malcolm, Dennis Nerdley, Ellie Sadler, Lex Murphy, Dr. Henry Wu, Tim Murphy, and Robert Moudon. For without them, the vision that was Jurassic Park would have never ever happened. I now get to go to a park where I can see dinosaurs and relive my experiences as a kid going to a natural history museum. I would just like to thank John Hammond the most, because without his expertise and wealth and drive and determination, the world of Jurassic Park would have never happened. So God bless you to the people who made Jurassic Park work. And God bless Jeff Goldblum. God help us all with him.
He's a very good.
But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Mo, there was. Okay.
There is one guy that I'd like to thank also. I'd like to thank Andrew for coming on here and getting the show on the road sometimes and all that stuff. I mean, I didn't know the guy that much.
No, we talked about this before recording. You aren't supposed to talk about him. He's dead to me.
Oh, what happened? Because I smoked Andrew. A big fat bowl before I came here, so I kind of forgot. My bad.
Andrew,
Why fuck Andrew?
Andrew killed my pet parrot. He fucking stomped his little bird face in. Andrew looked me straight in the eye as he snapped little fucking Polly's neck with his foot. He's a fucking scumbag. He's dead to me and I hate him. And this show can burn to the ground because I will never speak to Andrew again.
So he managed to make it to your place of residence and grabbed your parrot and snapped. He said, Polly want a cracker? Crack. And then fucking just chunked his fucking lifeless body on the ground? Is that what happened?
I've come to make an announcement. Andrew pissed on my wife. He pissed on my fucking wife. Mo's not laughing, which means he doesn't know what I'm referencing.
No, I'm sorry. I did not catch the reference.
There's this very viral internet video where some guys this is like an ongoing series. They've done it for a bunch of games, but they do real-time fan dubs is what it's called, where they have video game cutscenes without seeing the dialogue and they just make up their own dialogue. It's like improv comedy shit. And there's a part in Sonic Adventure 2 where Eggman goes over the intercom and talks to the whole world. And it's like, I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my wife. He pissed on my fucking wife.
Oh, okay. I guess I haven't seen that one then.
It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. But yeah, fuck Andrew. Andrew's a scumbag. I'm done with this shit.
Andrew, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
Andrew created and maintains a rape list. Okay.
On the alt-right website of 8chan.org.
8chan.org. Okay. April Fools, guys. Fucking, there you go. We did it.
Whoa, April Fools. I didn't actually break Riley's pet parrot Pollywanna Cracker's neck.
You didn't kill my pet parrot, neither did you piss on my wife.
What's really funny is one of my exes accused me of having a piss kink recently, so I
Ew.
It's not true.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Riley, the big guy, joined, of course, by Andrew, the little guy.
Hi, everybody. I got to play Overwatch for the first time while they did whatever they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing video games this entire time.
I can't believe it. I can't believe he would do that. It's such a fucking...
What else was I supposed to do? Just,
You're supposed to sit here and wait patiently.
No.
I'm a teenage boy in 2021. I can't be patient. What the fuck, bro?
You're a teenage boy in 2021 too.
Gentlemen, we're all teenage boys in the late 20s. Okay? Now, as a 19-year-old, I have a hard time trying to fit into this society, the pressure, the social pressure that is just on my shoulders. Like, what am I supposed to be? You know? I just don't get it. But all I know is eat the rich and climate change, hashtag defund the police and stuff.
Hashtag BLM, hashtag ACAB.
ACAB, yep.
What else am I missing?
Hashtag, no, I was about to say like a really serious hashtag that probably would have gotten me canceled for joking about, so I'm not going to say it.
Hashtag
anyway.
Ride with Biden.
Riding with Biden, yeah. So I pulled up who won, and fucking nobody won. And we have nobody here to break the tie, because all three of us were here for this episode. So, nobody fucking won.
We're splitting this one way or another.
Well, you know, this is not the fault of you or myself or Andrew. This is really the fault of the audience who won't even spare a couple of clicks to go and vote for their favorite shit. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You know that we spend an average of 10... Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Everybody go on twitter.com and tag at Demigloom and tell him he's a lazy fuck for not voting on the episode. Not this episode, he didn't promise to do it. Last episode he did, and he didn't. And he didn't do it again. So everybody go and
just tag Demigloom in a tweet 1, 2, 3, or 4, and whatever number he decides, that's whose issue won.
No, we don't have time for that shit. But yeah, everybody tag at Demigloom on Twitter, say you lazy motherfucker. So yeah, nobody won unless we as a collective can agree on an issue that won, which I doubt, because we're all gonna be like, my issue was really good.
I don't remember what my issue was. You could tell me all 4 issues and I'd be like, oh yeah, I could agree with that one.
Just say that my issue was good and just be done with it. You don't even have to look it up. Just boom.
The issues were the Danny Sexbang.
Damn you, fucking do it!
Okay, anyway, the issues were the Danny Sexbang allegations, panic attacks in public, the complainer generation, and shit is expensive. Which, to be honest, if I had to pick an issue that isn't my own, shit is expensive. It's a very relatable issue.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I was gonna say the panic attack one was relatable.
Well, I guess Mo wins either way at that point.
Yay! You can't see it, but I'm holding my hands up in victory like I won something important. Yay!
Even though, you know, the Danny Sexbang allegations was like a whole episode worth of discussion, but nobody even acknowledges that.
No one gives a shit about Sandy Dexbang.
Well, actually, you know, I gotta say, I think this is a good thing because you know how it was real big. Then we talked about it. Then 24 more hours later, no one has said a thing. It's like everyone it was moved on,
fabricated bullshit,
and no one cares. Yeah, I think he's okay.
The post
no one
actually
cares.
got deleted. The post actually got deleted. The Rant Grunts post that
no shit
blew up. Yeah, it got deleted.
Well, then fuck them, man. Fucking Danny Sexbang for life.
Fuck Rant Grunts.
Ghost some more chicks, man. Fucking find a chick named Shelly and fucking ghost her, bro. All right. I don't know who Shelly is. Just find a chick named Shelly.
Now.
Yes. Wink, wink. I understand you, man. Yeah, I get you, Sexbang.
Of course.
Guy, wink.
Lives in a house with a nice girl and a dog. It's not real. It's all
dude. Well, I mean, like, first off, like, I knew this is all bullshit when someone said there's a girl on the internet, and as we all know, there are no chicks on the internet. They don't.
Oh yeah,
exist.
women don't.
It's a fucking.
Internet. It's not real.
Yeah, women do not use it. There are no women on the internet. It's just fat dudes grifting off of one another and ripping each other off. Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty accurate description of what the internet is. I think.
Wait, then what fat guy do I rip off?
Oh, well, you gotta find your own fat guy, you know? It's like, it's a huge fucking pond, and there are plenty of big fat fucking fish. who are like, I love you, I have a nice cock. And you just
and I
send them
look like
fucking...
a fucking minnow.
Oh, dude, you ain't gotta be the big fish, man. You just gotta be an attractive bait. Slap some tits on you, and fucking there's plenty of fucking losers that'll go, oh, look at me, I like these big titties.
Have you seen
And,
me
Like, it
dress?
really is... No, I'm not saying like put... No, the whole point is you don't put you out there. You put a picture of somebody else out there. I mean, it's so easy
yeah,
to fucking
Andrew, just go on
Photoshop
Tinder
fucking
with a picture of
timestamps.
some Instagram thought and fucking get people to buy feet pics from you for $2,000.
Yeah,
There are
there's
like
like
15-year-olds on Tinder now.
Oh,
No.
okay.
My
What?
friend
I'm
tried to
saying-
sign herself up for Tinder when she was like 14.
There used to be
Oh.
Tinder for ages 13 through 17, but they got rid of it.
And then that should not fucking exist.
No, that still exists.
No.
It's called Yubo now.
Ew.
Well, yeah, they have Yubo, but like that Tinder used to be 13 and up instead of 18 and up. Obviously, it was like gated, so like the 13 and the 17s were in their own little bubble. Obviously, but yeah. So this is gonna be a bit of a special episode because you see, I didn't want to name the episode something that like wasn't accurate because you know the name of the episode is The Issues, right? So to fuel the bit, the April Fool's bit, we only have one issue today, and it is the end of shows. And yeah, fucking TV shows end all the time, and sometimes it's bullshit, and we're gonna talk about it. No, I think
TV shows
you have
should
about
end.
like 40 more years of TV experience than us. What are some shows you like ended that you don't think should when they did?
Oh man, like I'm not going to be the lamer and go Firefly, because Firefly is pretty good. I even watched it recently as of last year, and well, I gotta say the magic sort of ran out a little bit. Like it's memorable. Like I think Serenity is a lot better than Firefly in my opinion. But yada yada yada. Anyway, I think fucking there's a bunch of MTV shows that did really really well that just got abruptly ended. Like Undergrads is one of those shows. Like I think we only got like one season. And we didn't get anything else. And I think, and also Clone High.
I was literally just about to say fucking Clone High, dude.
I think out of all the underrated shows that got fucked and who had a large enough fan base for a while, I think Clone High and Ugly Americans are like two of the shows that had like a good fan base, but still got the axe anyway. And it really
for Clone High, it was. Do you know the story behind it?
No, I don't know the story behind it. No.
So the story behind Clone High, it wasn't about ratings. It wasn't about anything like that. Literally, okay, I don't know all the details, so like, don't quote me on the specifics. But it's something akin to a bunch of fucking like Indian natives. Or it's probably not Indian. I'm probably racist. What is Gandhi? Is he Indian?
Yes, he's Indian.
Okay, just making sure I'm not racist. So yeah, like a bunch of like Indian native people like protested outside of the MTV fucking like studio or whatever because they were very unhappy with the depiction of Gandhi. And that's what drove Clone High to get canceled.
Oh man, dude, see, fuck religion. Like once again, man, fuck all religion. Like from just all of them. All of you with your little hats and your little fucking, your little places of worship and your little holy relics.
For 20 minutes.
I'm sorry. That just fucking pisses me off.
We have to do a whole episode on this
that.
issue, Andrew. Don't stop him from talking.
I know,
No.
but he got
No. No. I will talk about religion. I'm sorry. I stopped myself. Thank you, Andrew, for being on top of me and helping me control my rantings and my ramblings.
I wanted to hear the ranting and the ramblings. I was getting engaged. You fucking
Oh no, because like I tend to drop a few facts here and there, and I get yelled at.
Can we do
whenever
a
I drop.
MoCast about religion? Could that be our next topic?
Oh man, yeah, we can. It's just that I do my best not to revert back into my edgy Reddit atheist self. Back in like
I kind of want to hear it though. I want to hear
oh
edgy
god,
atheist Mo.
I was just so fucking pathetic, man. I used to be a burn the churches, synagogues, mosques, and Buddhist temples to the fucking grounds.
This man
You
is
know,
Martin Luther.
no-
or
no-
was
no
Martin
Yeah,
Luther.
I'm interested
No
to hear
re-
that, and I'm interested to hear Robin's take on the subject. So yeah, I think that should be MoCast 51, religion.
No, I thought we were doing the Pokemon thing. I was kind of excited for that. Though
Well, we're doing
I can't
that,
live
but that's
stream.
not for. We're doing that, but not for. It's a long
Oh, not
term
for a
thing.
while
We're not
then.
going to just be able to do it over one episode.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay,
saying
okay, okay.
Yeah, it's a long term challenge. We have to fucking play the whole game, Mo.
Oh, I thought we were just doing one thing and that was it. Oh, okay, okay, good deal, good deal. I didn't know the specifics. I just kind of made them up in my mind. But yeah, we can.
We're gonna.
We can-
I imagine me and or Robin are gonna pull you into a call and like teach you all the rules and shit and how we're gonna do it.
Okay, what are you two
Oh.
doing?
Oh, we're
We're
the
doing
MoCast
a
does
competitive
Pokemon.
Nuzlocke trio.
Oh, you're doing
MoCast
that.
Nuzlocke trio.
Man, I
Yep.
kind of wish that I had like when I get my internet over here, I definitely want to do. I definitely want to live stream that. I think that'd be like a fun 3-way event.
I
But
can't
anyway,
live stream
Huh?
mine though.
you can't what?
I can't live stream mine. I can't
Oh,
do anything
okay.
in mine because my laptop won't
Okay.
run DS, and I don't think Robin even has a computer.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
Well, I was gonna say, Mo. I was gonna suggest that for your gameplay in particular, that we, because me and you have been thinking we wanted to do Pokemon for your YouTube channel, so just do your Nuzlocke run for that trio as a YouTube thing with me.
Okay. 'Cause you
were gonna do
we'll
that
talk
anyway.
about after.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about that after the
Yeah,
show.
we'll
then,
talk.
'cause I'm
We'll talk
super into
like
that.
content business outside of largest issue. Yeah.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying, yeah, I used to be a burn all the holy sites down type of like militant atheist. And like after a while, because like you know how you're doing something and you think, well, surely even though I'm doing this sort of like a extreme, almost extremist sort of like fanatic thing, nothing's really happening. Well, dude, the atheist movement from the 2009 to 2012, it used to be so much different than what it is. Like now what we have are a bunch of bloodthirsty fucking wannabe tyrants and authoritarians who just want the state to run everything, and they want to oppress the religious so we can get some fucking hashtag payback for events that you were like hundreds of years removed from, and so like now I'm kind of like, god, I kind of regret it a little bit. Like I kind of wish that I just kept my lack of faith to myself, to be honest.
Mhm.
And I kind of forgot the point I was making with this, but those I did have edgy Reddit atheist days, though I always kind of thought that our atheism was ass cancer.
Okay. Stay tuned for more detail on MoCast episode 51, religion.
We're Googling Regigians.
We're Gidgelin, yes, indeed. So yeah, Clone High is a big one. Like just the fact that like that show never really got off the ground. But the thing that really pisses me off is shows that end on like what's obviously a fucking cliffhanger. Like the main example there is My Name Is Earl. Like that pisses me off to my core that happened how it happened, because what happened with that show was they ended their 4th season on this huge cliffhanger because the creator of the show apparently was like talking to like the producers or whatever, and like, are you sure there's going to be a season 5? And they're like, yes. Are you absolutely sure? Yes. And then with that in mind, he made the end of season 4 a cliffhanger, and then they fucking canceled him. They canceled the show
bullshit.
after
That sounds
telling
like
him they wouldn't cancel
DBZA.
the show.
He's gonna cancel the
Oh yeah, DBC. Yeah, that's a good one too. The fact, well, that was more like the creators decided to end it
Yeah, that
themselves.
was
They were like,
creators'
"Yeah, we're gonna make
decision.
another season," and then they were like, "No, actually, we're not gonna do that."
You know, there's been like rumors coming out of the Dragon Ball Super camp, the animation staff camp, for a while that their workers are way overworked, like past like Japanese worker standards
Oh, of
that are like
course,
the
those
regulations that are set in
episodes.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those episodes were. You could tell early on that like they were super crunched because like a lot of the early ones got so fucked up because like they were forcing the animators to finish them so quickly. Like a
A
very
lot of them
famous
have bad
example is
animations.
yeah, episode 5 of Dragon Ball Super is famous for having a bunch of like frames of animation that are like ugly and fucked up as hell because they were just so rushed.
Yep.
Like the famous meme image of the like super like fucked up like small face Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, it was the episode
where
where it was the episode where Goku meets Beerus and they fight on King Kai's planet, and it's the animation was just so fucked up at a lot of parts.
I guess I'm not an animation nerd, so I don't really notice that stuff. I have noticed they have reused spots during the Tournament of Power. Like there's a few, like I think there's one with Vegeta and Goku, and the other one's supposed to be with Gohan or someone else in the in the tournament. There were apparently there's like cost cutting measures and like shit that like makes it really look just fucking shitty.
I think they do that in a lot of
was kinda
shows,
funny.
though. Like, I think they do that in, like, a lot of shit. Is just, like, especially in animation where it's so easy to do, where, like, you know, if something's, like, relatively the same action, they could reuse animation that they already made. Because, you know, they already did that 5 minutes ago. We might as well just take it and do it again, rather than drawing the whole thing from scratch again. But Dragon Ball Super, too, was, like, another show where it's, like, whether it's going to come back is uncertain, even though, like, there's a whole arc.
Actually, it is 100% confirmed that it is coming out, and we should be having new episodes this year.
That's not real. That's a rumor, isn't it?
No, it's been confirmed for a while because the show is more or less a huge hit, and the manga.
Do you have a source for this, Mo? Because as far as I know,
no, this is like fucking
ever.
like months back. But every once in a while, I look at it up. I haven't gotten any kind of a release date for it. I just knew that they were coming back, and episodes were supposed to be this year.
Oh, does that mean I actually have to go now and actually finish Super?
I haven't I barely fucking started Super. I'm like 15 episodes in.
I skipped the first 15 episodes because I watched Battle of the Gods when that came out.
You see, I'm like a weird completionist in that, like, I can't just skip those two arcs. Like, it's hard for me to do that. I have to watch them, but I don't want to watch them because I've already seen Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, so I'm like caught in that weird loop.
I forgot about it. I watched Resurrection F again. I watched that arc again.
I have Resurrection F downloaded as a video file on my PlayStation 3 to watch at any time.
I mean, the best way to do it is...
I just have a problem with watching dubs.
Let Mo talk. Mo's been trying to talk for like 10 minutes. Let him go.
Oh, no, it's fine. The best thing you could do in those cases is you could just watch the big arcs and watch the fights and then just skip the fillers. Like, honestly, you only need like...
But the filler's what I want to see, though. Like, I've already seen the big fights. I want to see the little character episodes.
Oh, okay.
Like, where it's like...
Okay, alright. Well, I think the baseball... the baseball episode, the filler episode between Beerus's team and Champa's team is fucking awesome. It's a really good filler episode. Like, it lets you it really gets to showcase the Japanese's love for baseball. And so, like, it's really rare that I get to see another culture's perspective on a sport that's been primarily American, you know, because the Japanese have we really don't notice when cultural exchanges come on, you know, like they're really subtle and we don't really see them until they adapt like big ones in a major way. Sports in Japan are a huge one from that was imported from America, and it's really cool to see how they portray the sport of baseball versus how we portray the sport of baseball from our perspective.
Yeah, that's definitely like cool thing. Like you remember Mo when we did the anime episode of the MoCast, I was very adamant in that I actually enjoy filler for like what it gives like context to the characters. Like I was talking about like the Dragon Ball Z filler that I really liked, like the episode where Gohan meets the robot and the episode where
I fucking hate that one so much. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the fucking DBZ and DB Super filler episodes. About a tiny handful of them are great. The rest of them could be fucking skipped. Like I don't need to watch Gohan and Goku fucking fight it, and then Goku goes blue out of sympathy for Gohan to make it look like he's pushing him. And like really, he could have just farted in his fucking Super Saiyan base form and fucking took out Gohan. But then again, I don't like Gohan. I think he's a bitch. And like, if there's anyone out of the Z fighters that I would kill, it'd be fucking Gohan.
Okay,
like
I feel like
and
that
fucking
very,
TN.
that's very unfair. Like we're gonna be on this tangent for a while. I already know it. So
There's just so many. Well, in conclusion, to close out my point.
No.
There's just
I have
so
things
much.
to say.
No, wait.
We ain't
Hold on a second. I'm gonna close out my part real quick. In conclusion, on my end, there's only so much filter that you only even need to see. The rest you can fucking skip or just read a wiki. There's got to be the Dragon Ball Wikipedia fan site.
But Dragon Ball Z
that
had
you can
so
just
much
watch
good.
You can just read the synopses of these fucking filler episodes. And if
Z
there's
had
any
so
ones
much
that
good
you found,
filler.
no, it didn't. It had a bunch of shit filler.
No, the episode where Gohan met the robot, the episode where fucking Gohan meets the like orphan children, and like
fuck the orphan children. Okay, we didn't need to see that. I'm the great Zayman.
Would have never came out.
Alright, shut up. I'm listing the good filler. Those two are really good. There's the episode where fucking Gohan goes to the village, and you get to see
you all right, okay. You have to take all the ones with Gohan out because
no,
you're obviously
listen,
you are obviously fanboying for Gohan.
A lot of the filler episodes were about Gohan, but this episode in particular was
okay, all right.
Was the episode like during the week leading up to the Cell games after Goku and Gohan got out of the hyperbolic time chamber and they're just walking around as Super Saiyans to like train their bodies to handle Super Saiyans. There's an episode where Gohan goes to this little village and you get to see like the world building of people like, you know, like making shelters and shit, preparing for Cell to try to fucking blow up the world after the Cell games. And there's also Gohan like meets this little girl in the village, like he meets her grandfather, and fucking mercenary Tao from Dragon Ball attacks the village, and Gohan like stops him, and it's a really good like little world building filler episode. And then there's obviously the couple of episodes where Goku and Vegeta, after getting absorbed by Buu as Vegito, like run around Buu's insides to try to save their friends. And there's a lot of like character interaction between Goku and Vegeta that's really funny. Those are really good.
That one took a while to get through, though. Like, I'm not a huge fan. Like, honestly, I just think it would be like, oh no, we're in Buu. Okay, we found our friends. Okay, we're escaping Buu. Boom, you're done in 15 minutes. Now we can get wrong with the rest of the arc.
You see, me and you are very different in the way that, like, I really appreciate, like, subtle character stuff. Or just, like, development.
I do too. I do too, but there's gotta be like there's got to be a where's the chase and let's cut to it already moment though.
Yeah, but I really think that whole like little mini episode or two arc of Goku and Vegeta traveling through Buu's body was like a fun like exploration of their dynamic and also just like kind of like silly and wacky, and I really appreciated it. And there's a couple others. I mean, I think literally at this point it's been so fucking retconned that you could count the last episode as filler, because it just doesn't exist. It's not real. Nobody cares about it anymore. They retconned it to hell.
Oh, I don't even fucking bother trying to follow canon when it comes to anime. I
So the
just
final
assume that
episode of Dragon
everything's
Ball Z,
retcon.
the very final episode of Dragon Ball Z, there's a time skip, and it takes you to when Goten and Trunks are teenagers. They're a little bit grown up. Pan is a 4-year-old, and the older Saiyans are getting older, but he's getting older. And there's a little world tournament. Pan competes in the junior division, and everyone else competes in the senior division. They have a good time, and then Goku meets Oob, who is the reincarnation of Kid Buu, who he like wished for as he killed Kid
Oh,
Buu.
shit.
Like he was like, I hope you come back as somebody good someday and we can fight again. And then like King Yenma, I guess, actually made that happen and reincarnated Buu as this little like young boy from a village. And Goku leaves to train that kid, to train Oob, the reincarnation of Kid Buu, and that's how Dragon Ball Z ends. And there's no acknowledgement, obviously, of like stuff from Super because Super didn't exist at that time. So like, there's no Super Saiyan Blue. Like, there's no reference to any of Super's events. Beerus and Whis are nowhere to be seen. So now with all this new added stuff that takes place technically before this ending, because Goten and Trunks are still kids, Pan was just born, they basically retconned the end of the show.
I'm so glad they do that because GT was garbage. I mean, there's just like it was
Fuck
okay because no, it was not. It was okay for the time because it's all we had. But then we got it. Our people got a budget and they made much better Dragon Ball content with Super than they did GT.
I'm
We
fine with them
originally had
retconning.
GT, but then
I'm
we
fine with
got
them retconning
Super.
GT because GT wasn't like written by Toriyama, like it wasn't concepted by Toriyama, but the ending was. So like I don't understand why they didn't put Super after the end of Dragon Ball Z. They put it in the weird like in between before the time skip to the point where now the actual like bookend to Dragon Ball is completely irrelevant and is almost impossible to be canon unless you're just like, oh, Beerus and Whis were asleep, and they just conveniently never talked about like the Tournament of Power or anything else.
Well, then where's Oob and Super? Or is Oob and Super? And I just
No, Oob isn't in Super because Goku hadn't met Oob yet because it takes place before the end of
Right.
Dragon Ball Super or of Dragon Ball
But
Z.
he did get name dropped. He did get name dropped. Though.
He did get name dropped in a scene that doesn't make any sense because of Oob's age.
Yeah, you figured that you would tell him about like about Oob. You would tell Goku about Oob like about a month or two before you're supposed to go meet him, not like 3 or 4 years before, or several
Yeah.
years before.
I want to see them. They're not going to do it because the Moro arc doesn't take place after that either, and the Moro arc is already in the manga. But maybe if there's like somewhere they go next after the Moro arc, I really hope they just redo the end of Dragon Ball Z. Maybe put Beerus and Whis there, have a couple more references to what happened in Super so that it makes sense. Do relatively the same thing that you did at the end of Dragon Ball Z. Like, have Goten and Trunks age up, finally. For fuck's sake. Have Goten and Trunks age up. Have Pan be a little girl and have Goku leave to train Oob. And then Oob becomes involved with the main cast and, like, more shit happens. Just redo GT is what I'm saying.
redo GT better.
They can! They totally could do that! Like, the baby arc is perfectly serviceable. The Shadow
Just
Dragon
don't do
arc...
Super 17.
Yeah, don't do Super 17 at all. Fuck Super 17.
Yeah,
the
we
baby
have
arc is
17 in a
perfectly...
good spot already.
The baby arc with a couple of alterations could be great. And the Shadow Dragon arc already is great. So, that's what I want out of Dragon Ball. We won't get it. I want them to fucking do the Moro arc, and then do the end of Z with a more updated canon, and then do fucking better GT.
If they did better GT, how would Super Saiyan 4 work then? Or would you just scrap Super Saiyan 4 for Super Saiyan Blue?
Well, I'm personally thinking it's going to be a giant mind wipe.
No, I think like what they could do is like this is like a sort of like Deus Ex Machina explanation, but like I think it's the best they could do unless they thought of something else. Is just like Saiyans aren't fucking gods; they're like normal alien creatures. So like a very easy way to explain it is like you as a non-god can only use so much god ki before it just runs out entirely. So like before the events of Better GT, they just run out of fucking god ki and then they're back to fucking square one.
And then Goku gets turned into a child again.
That part, I would be fine with that, but they could do without it. Like, either way, it would be fine.
Adult Goku. Yeah, I mixed up Goku and Trunks' name. Adult Goku, teenager Trunks, and then Pan.
Yeah, I hope they do that. But, anyway, that tangent did in fact go on for a long time. I was correct. But yeah, anyway, so unless Mo is correct, which I don't think he is, like, we can fact check. I don't think anything's been confirmed about Super. Like, it's probably coming back. Like, cards on the table, it is probably coming back. But, like, in the event that it doesn't, that's just kind of like a weird thing, just because a new arc exists. Like, it's there already in the manga, to not do it in the anime. I wonder, another thing I wonder, this is another tangent, because it's not about the actual end of Dragon Ball Super, but, whether they're gonna go 1-to-1 with the manga, because the manga already exists, or they're gonna do what they did with all the other arcs when they were running at the same time, and just do, like, the same general idea, but with different, like, story beats. Because that's how it worked before, because the manga and the anime were running at the same time. So, like, Toriyama would just give them the fucking Cliff Notes version, and they would do what they did with it, which is why the manga and the anime have a lot of different shit. Like how the manga treated Gohan a lot better, because Gohan got to fucking double KO Kefla.
Hold on. What? In the manga?
Yes, in the Dragon Ball Super manga, Gohan fights Kefla and it ends in a tie. He defeats her. He goes down in contact. He does defeat her.
God,
You
he's
just
such
ruined
a
Mo's day.
he's just such a jobber though. Like there's like dude, he's such a keyhole, you know? You're just dumping fucking key energy into a fucking useless hole, and its name is Gohan. But I will say this about Gohan, his keyhole is dwarfed by the size of the keyhole that is Vegeta. I mean, dude, Vegeta's called Jobjita for a fucking reason. He's always doing the jobs every single fucking, every single supervillain. I mean, just like fucking Krillin, you know, like Cell fucking punted his head like a fucking
Well,
soccer
Vegeta
ball.
at least got his due in the Goku Black arc when he got to, like, beat the ever-loving shit out of Goku Black.
But he still did the job though, and basically Trunks saved the day along with fucking Omni King.
But, I highly disagree.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Riley, this has happened before, I swear to God, where we talked about anime on the MoCast, and we kind of forgot about the rest of the episode, and we talked about Dragon Ball shit for an hour and a half.
Okay, but yeah, this one last thing is that I highly disagree with you about Gohan. Because the thing about Gohan, right, is just that, like, he's a different character from the rest of the cast, right?
Yeah, he's
like,
kind of weak and a keyhole. I'm sorry.
Listen.
He's a jobber. Him
always...
and Piccolo both, and I fucking love Piccolo. He's my favorite character. Like that, it pisses me off the treatment, and I'll just end it real quick. The treatment of Piccolo by the writers, man, is fucking atrocious. Like Piccolo should be neck and
Tien.
well, fuck Tien.
The writers hate, literally Akira Toriyama himself hates Tien, so he fucks him up.
They hate Tien, and they hate fucking Yamcha, even though Yamcha has been kind of responsible.
No, I think they like Yamcha. I think they get a kick out of Yamcha. They just legitimately don't like Tien.
Yeah, they actually hate Tien Shinhan. Mr. Kiko, go fuck yourself.
But okay, so with Gohan, like, he was always like this gentle soul who, like, really didn't want. Shut up.
Sorry.
He really didn't want to fight. But throughout the whole series, he constantly proves, or at least up until the Cell Saga, definitely, but I'd argue even after, he always proves that, like, even though he doesn't want to fight, when he needs to, he fucking can and will. He grew as a character in that way. And then, even after the Cell Saga, which was his big crescendo, right? Like, even though he did grow weaker, because he wanted to start a normal life, and he did. He went to school, he met a girl, later on they started a family, and he got weaker because he was settling down and having the kind of life that he wanted to have.
I mean,
but then in events... Go ahead.
I don't think that should have happened. I think he should have been forced to keep on, because that's just not his life's designation. You know, you don't get most people get to have
with great power comes great responsibility, is what you're saying?
People, well, yeah, I mean, hey, some people, sometimes you just get a fucking good hand, but it has a downside to it. You know, it's like why
Wasn't
Batman
that how he was written in the future?
I mean,
Like,
no, he died, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, yeah, eventually he died in the future, but before he died in the future, that's how he was practically.
Because he didn't die with everyone else; he died afterward. That was how Trunks unlocked Super Saiyan. Was Gohan?
I mean, I'll say this though, like the Gohan in the one arm Gohan is much superior, I think, to current.
But it's just like the
Gohan.
differences of the world, right? Like it shows like the double-sided coin of like in Trunks' future, like shit is intense, and it has to be, but. It was peaceful for so long in the normal timeline that Gohan got to pursue the life he wanted to live. He got to start high school. He got to meet a girl. Like they started a family and stuff like that. And like even before that, like in the Buu saga, when Gohan had to rise up to fight Buu, he fucking did. Like just because he didn't do very well, but he did his best. He fucking, even though he's not a fighter, he stepped up and he did it. And the same applies for the Tournament of Power, where even though he had been retired for so long and he has like a child and a wife to care for, he rose up, he re-unlocked his fucking ultimate form, and he fought in the Tournament of Power.
But he got beat down
when he got fucked by Frieza.
But I think he got like, you know, I just don't who eliminated Gohan?
I don't know who did in the anime. I know how it went in the manga. I don't know how it went.
No, I mean in the Tournament of Power.
In the Tournament of Power in the manga was Kefla. I don't know who did it in the anime.
Oh, okay. Well, because like I had kind of remember like him and Piccolo were struggling to beat the fucking the Nameks from the other their sister.
Yeah, from dimension. Universe 6. Yeah,
and like, dude, I mean, like, I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. I'm not sold on Gohan, because Gohan, you know, had a lot of trouble just beating that one monster that was his Super Saiyan Man arc right before the tournament. He can't fucking hang with fucking Goku at all. I mean, like, let's be real. I think like Goku just like went other levels of Super Saiyan just to like try and push him a little bit.
That's what it is, though. That's Goku fucking cheated.
He's just
so did Vegeta. They have God Ki. They have God Ki that made them stronger. Like, for free.
Well, but fucking Frieza got stronger. Fucking Majin Buu got stronger. Who else? Oh, fucking I think 17 got stronger.
Oh yeah, 17 got a whole lot stronger.
Yeah, like 17, if he were an Overwatch, would be
17 nerfed. 17 fought on pretty equal ground with Super Saiyan Blue Goku.
Yeah, he did fucking amazing. And, you know, plus he's an android.
He won the tournament. Like Android 17 won.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say the android, it's like one half of the team's doing fucking awesome. The other half, Team B, led by Gohan, could just be like fucking done away with permanently.
That's why I highly prefer the manga, because Gohan fucking rises to the occasion and he fights a fucking fusion, and even though he doesn't win entirely, he does lose. He takes her down with him. It's a tie. He ties a fucking super powerful fusion.
This issue was about shows ending, and we've went out about
Dragon
Ball for like 3 hours.
Yeah, we're at 50 minutes right now, and I feel like at least half of that was about Dragon Ball. But
I'm sure more than half of it was about Dragon Ball.
I feel like we just need to do. I feel like we just need to do, like, even though we already did it for the anime, like, just as a sequel, if nothing else, do another Dragon Ball MoCast. Like Dragon Ball 2, this time it's actually supposed to be Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball 2, and this time we're serious. Or
Yep.
Dragon Ball 2, this time it's personal. Da-da-da.
Da-da-da. MoCast episode 52, folks. We're coming up with them left and right.
Oh, look at Riley coming up with the man with the plans here with the mocap.
Man with the plans. We got episode 51, 52, Dragon Ball the sequel. But anyway,
Ball.
So I never even got to. Well, no, I did. Never mind. My brain got fried. Other shows that like ended before their time or ended like in a way. So this show didn't end before its time. It should have ended. Like it 100% should have ended when it did. But it's just sad that it didn't have like a real finale. And that's Fairly Odd Parents.
I thought.
Yeah.
I thought the end of Fairly Odd Parents was the movie that they did in the mid 2000s.
Oh
no,
it
that show kept
on,
fucking going for years after that.
I thought it's
really?
still going.
Channel Chasers was written as a finale. It was, and it should have been. Because after Channel Chasers, they just kept going, and I don't know if you like kept up with it, Mo. You obviously didn't because you thought it ended with Channel Chasers. But Fairly Odd Parents got progressively worse. It started adding new characters to try to like
Chloe.
Spice it up. Like there was
Chloe.
First it was Poof, which was Cosmo and Wanda's like child. They had a baby together.
Poof.
Then it was Poof was fine. Poof wasn't bad, but he was the start of like the tumble. And then after that it was Sparky, which was a fairy dog.
I completely forgot about Sparky.
Yeah, Timmy got a fairy dog named Sparky.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Chloe, her character arc is like, oh, she's like this perfect little girl that everybody loves, but she's actually a tortured soul, and she has to, and she like is sad enough to have fairy godparents, but like the Jorgen comes down, he's like, whoa, there's a rule here. Look at the rules. You got to share your fairies with Timmy Turner, and now, so now Cosmo and Wanda and Poof Poof wasn't around because they just like. Also, in the season with Chloe, they just wrote out the other characters. Like, all of them, pretty
Poof,
much.
Fuck Poof.
They wrote out Poof, they wrote out Sparky, they wrote out fucking Chester and AJ. They wrote out everybody, pretty much.
What about the anti-ones? I just remembered about those characters. The anti-Cosmo ones.
They had Foop. They had Foop in Season 10. I'm pretty sure they had Foop in Season 10. They had Foop in Season 10 before they had Poof in Season 10. Because villain Poof was more... Honestly, I like Foop a lot better than I like Poof. Foop is a funny villain, but
I like
anyway,
both of them.
Yeah, I like both of them. It's fine. But anyway, so they had Chloe. Everybody hated Chloe, obviously. It was really stupid. And
they also switched to that worse animation
that was when
style.
they switched to worse animation. That was when they finally canceled the fucking show. After 10 seasons, and it just ended with nothing. There was no finale, there was no fanfare. It was just like it had the usual death that Nickelodeon cartoons have where they get transferred over to Nicktoons and then they get shit ratings and get canceled. That's what happened to Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, just like fucking Firefly would get advertisements for its show in the middle of its show on Fox, and then Fox kept like moving the airtime, the airtime slot for Firefly all around the week. And it never could. They wouldn't just settle on a fucking spot, and that's what killed fucking Firefly.
Yeah, it's actually a very common thing in a lot of TV.
It sounds like Chalk Zone.
No, that's what Nickelodeon does, right?
That's what Nickelodeon does. They put
so what
at,
Nickelodeon does
in the morning.
Yeah, that too. But like the main thing Nickelodeon does, right, is like there'll be a Nickelodeon cartoon. If a Nickelodeon cartoon is kind of like, if it's not like doing like fucking SpongeBob levels of ratings. They're like, fuck it. And they put it on their side channel, Nicktoons, which fucking nobody watches. And then I
used to watch Nicktoons.
I watch Nicktoons too, but I mean like a majority of people don't watch it. And then it gets shit ratings because it's on fucking Nicktoons, and then they cancel it. That's what Nick does.
Oh my god, I can think of so many Nick shows that were now canceled because they were on Nicktoons.
I'm pretty sure Chalk Zone got the Nicktoons treatment at the end.
Chalk Zone got Nicktoons treatment and the 6 in the morning slot. Or like 4 in the morning. It was so early.
What other shows that got the Nicktoons treatment?
Robot and Monster, if you know that.
Oh yeah, that got the fucking Nick Jr. treatment, which
That
is
got put
weird.
on Nick Jr.?
It got put on Nick Jr.,
Oh my god.
which doesn't even make a lot of sense. Like it wasn't like a preschool cartoon. It was just like a normal all ages cartoon. Like preschoolers could watch it, but it wasn't like count to 10 with us, guys. It was just like, like a normal ass like little cartoon, and they put it on fucking Nick Jr.
Oh my god. No, I'm mad. I didn't think it ended up like that. They did them like that.
Yeah, other Nickelodeon cartoons that happened to. There are a couple more. I think Wild Grinders was on Nicktoons the whole time. Like,
Wild Grinders was only on Nicktoons.
Yeah, they didn't give it a chance.
What's
I remember being super into Wild Grinders. I don't think I would be now, but I was super into Wild Grinders when I was young.
NFL Rush Zone or something like that was deemed Nicktoons worthy. It wasn't ever on Nick. It was a sports thing. The only reason I remember is because that's when I started getting into sports.
Yeah, but it's something they do a lot. Fuck, brain. But yeah, Nickelodeon is guilty of ending a lot of
Invader
shows that,
Zim
could have gone somewhere. Yeah, Invader Zim ended without logical conclusion until that movie recently.
It got a movie, and the movie's pretty decent.
and that sucked because hold on, what about a movie again?
I liked the movie.
Yeah, I liked the movie too. I thought it was really good.
Oh, I thought you said the movie sucked. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was really sort of afraid of like the reemergence of like mid to late '90s Nickelodeon shows. I was like them getting like movies like Rocko's Modern Life and all that. I still haven't watched that because I'm like freak out because like
I've heard great things about Static Shock or whatever it's called.
See, I love the shit out of that show, man. It's one of my favorite shows as a kid.
No, I meant Rocko's Modern Life. The movie is called like Static Shock, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's like Rocko's Modern Life, Static Shock, something like that.
Because like there's like a few like the way I feel for Rocko's Modern Life and Invader Zim, that's how people feel about I think it's the Hawaiian kids that did Extreme Sports, that show, like Rocket Power. Yeah, Rocket Power,
Rocket Power,
and the Wild Thornberries and Rugrats. Because even though those shows were in my generation's timeline and all that, I was into them, just not on the level of like.
Didn't Rugrats run until like 2007 or some shit?
I don't know, but I was sort of watching Rocko's Modern Life, Cat Dog, fucking. Beavis and Butthead and Doug and
famous Nickelodeon
Arthur?
Cartoon Beavis and Butthead.
I'm just thinking of like cartoon shows in general. Because I was watching those shows at that time. Like, you wouldn't catch me watching Rugrats, but you'd catch me watching Doug. You wouldn't see me watching fucking Rocket Power so much. You'd see me watching Exo Squad,
remember when they
which
put
is
Doug
a cartoon show. No, I don't remember that at all. Exo
Disney
Squad's
bought
a show.
Doug, and like its last season was on Disney Channel.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Now Exo Squad's a cartoon show that had like really serious subject matter and all that, but got the shaft and never got the ending it deserved. It just sort of like ended on a cliffhanger, and apparently,
oh my god! Holy shit! I'm sorry, I just remembered a really good answer, but you can continue first.
Oh, but apparently Exo Squad was supposed to be introduced into the Mech Warrior world, and all that stuff. The really popular one from Japan. That became huge in the early 90s in America. Anyway, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, so fucking story time, right? I think Andrew is probably familiar with these shows, at least in passing, from like seeing them on TV as a child as he flicks through the channels. I assume Mo will have no idea what I'm fucking talking about. So, like years ago on the Disney like side channel, Disney XD, basically the fucking Disney equivalent to Nicktoons. There was two shows, two like, you know, they're like the live action sitcom types, but they're like they
If
have a
it's
superhero
iCarly
twist.
or Zoe 101,
No,
I'm gonna
no.
fucking
No.
leave immediately.
Well, those shows are great, but I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm just fucking with you
I think I
guys.
know what Riley's talking about before he even says it.
So like they're like sitcoms with like a superhero spin. One of them was called Lab Rats, which was about a like science guy, like a famous rich scientist guy who is married to this like African American woman who has a little son named Leo, and Leo accidentally discovers that like the scientist guy named Davenport has like these three bionic teenagers that like he made and like was like keeping in his lab secretly. And then like, you know, the bionic teenagers like they start becoming like trying to like blend into normal society because like the mother demands that they're not kept in the fucking basement anymore. They start like trying to become part of normal society and like blending in without like, it's like a secret identity thing where it's like, don't use your fucking bionic powers in front of people. That wouldn't be good. And all the while they like have to fight like evil and shit because like evil stuff starts rising. And that's the premise of that show. And there's another show that starts like a year or two later called Mighty Med, which is about these two like kids who like spend all their time in a comic book shop. They discover this like secret superhero hospital where like superheroes get treated for like battle injuries and stuff, and they become like employees in that hospital. And that's the premise of the show. They work at the hospital. They work at Mighty Med, and those two shows, they had a crossover, and they were very cross advertised, like because they were shows with like similar appeal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, both of those shows reached their like logical conclusion. Lab Rats had like a big like finale, and Mighty Med had a huge finale where like the hospital gets destroyed, and one of the main characters' mom turns out to be like a crazy supervillain, and like it's like a big eventful finale. And Lab Rats has like the end where like I don't really remember the end of Lab Rats. I know that like because in the last season of Lab Rats they had this like the whole academy like full of like bionic teenagers, and all like the main characters go there. There's like other bionic kids, and that show ends with two of the main characters, Leo, the little kid from before, and Adam. They stay at the academy and continue like helping kids with their like bionic training, while the other two main characters, Chase and Bree, get pulled on by Davenport for this secret project. And that all culminates into a new show called Lab Rats Elite Force that is like basically these two shows equivalent to the fucking Avengers, where the main characters from both shows come together, they form a team that's supposed to like fight bad guys and shit. And it was a really good show because that cast right from the first crossover had good chemistry, and both those shows were just really good. And like that one, they only did one season of it. It was really good, and the first season ended on a cliffhanger, and then it got canceled. So like those two shows that had been going for years and like people were following it had a dedicated fan base. They combined the two into something even better, and then they ended on a fucking cliffhanger. That really
sucks.
pissed me off. Because I was super into it when it was first airing. Like I was watching the new episodes every week. I was like, this is really fucking cool. And I saw the finale and I was like, because like the finale is like, there's like a whole like big bad guy thing, and it's like, oh shit, this is like war, basically. And then we never see what happens. So that really broke me as like a younger teenager when that was airing.
I mean, it really had me thinking of two completely different, like...
What shows were
whatever it
you
is.
thinking of?
Well, I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
really thinking of two completely different ones. I just thought of one because I never watched Disney as a kid.
Yeah. I highly recommend all of those shows. Unfortunately, for some godforsaken reason, Lab Rats is on Disney Plus. Lab Rats Elite Force, the combo show, is on Disney Plus. Mighty Med is not. Which is kind of stupid because they're so like intrinsically linked. So I hope they put Mighty Med on Disney Plus soon, so people can like consume that whole like story, and then maybe someday like we'll get like a little fucking Disney Channel original movie or some shit to like resolve that cliffhanger. A boy can hope. But other shows that ended, I know there's a lot that I like that sort of ended on like a low note. Oh, Mo brought one up earlier. Zoe 101. That one didn't have a real ending because fucking shit happens.
Yeah, I think she got knocked up or something.
Yeah, she was pregnant. Okay, so apparently that's not why the show ended. Like the actress, the main actress who was the pregnant one, came out like on Instagram years later and was like, "Hey guys, that's not why it fucking ended. The contract ran out and we didn't want to do any more." But it just ended on it ended on like a low note. Like I guess it could kind of be like considered like a finale-ish episode. It was like a clip show, so like I guess that makes sense for a finale. But it didn't feel like it had any finality to it. It was just like, so the plot of the final episode is that like there's like the new freshman kids coming into PCA, and like the main characters who are like seniors at this point are like welcoming them to the school and like telling them about like the school stuff, and it has a clip show about like their years in that school, and that's how the show ends. Which, you know, it could be worse. It could be like not final at all, but like there just wasn't enough finality there. And it's weird because like every other show in that sort of vein did have like a real finale. Besides Sam and Cat. Sam and Cat didn't have a real finale, but that was because the co-stars like had a falling out or something. But like shows like iCarly and Drake and Josh, they did legitimately have like endings. Like they had like finality to them. Like the Drake and Josh ending where it's like this big adventure where fucking Drake gets signed on for like a real record deal, like with like real people, with like real like a big deal. But then like they fuck up his song and they like auto tune it and fucking shit. And like before it's supposed to go live on like this big TV event, they literally commit a crime that they could have gone to prison for and switch out the CD for the real song. And then like it's a big hit and everybody loves it, and like it's like this big like triumphant moment. That's how Drake and Josh ends, which has a sense of finality to it. Like that's the thing. That's the thing, right? With shows like that, you have to find a way. If you're not sure you're going to get another season, but like you feel that coming, right? Like because like almost every show creator can like sort of feel the end coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to make like an episode like at the end of a season where you're like, I don't know if we're gonna get another one. You have to make an episode where, even though it leaves things sort of open for it to continue if needed, it also has a sense of finality to it. Drake and Josh did that very well. Another show that did that very well is Raising Hope, which is the other show by the creator of My Name is Earl. Because, you know, he got to his 4th season, he was like, I've been through this shit before. And he made a finale that, even though like it left it open for a possible 5th season, which, spoilers, he didn't get, it still felt final.
Yeah. Like the American version of Shameless should have ended a long time ago, because there's a few seasons where they ended really, really well, and that could have been the season, but they just kept going and going and going, and you know, it's just fucking garbage. You
have to like have an ending point for your show, right? There has to be a point where like eventually you get far enough. Like if you're just getting like, oh, you're renewed for like 80 seasons, it's like at this point it's like you never know when it's gonna end. So you got to kind of like yourself be like, okay, I'm ending it right here, and we're gonna do a finale.
Yeah, or else you end up like Family Guy or The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm. Or SpongeBob in a way.
Yeah, SpongeBob's been going since 1999. It's in that same kind of vein where it's like, holy shit, the show has been going for fucking 22 years or whatever the fuck.
Oh man, to do a season of SpongeBob, do you imagine how many millions of dollars the actor has from that show?
Fucking Tom
I bet he
Kenny.
was, dude. Like I was kind of thinking to myself, you know, like how many actors were all like, well, I don't know about like say, yeah, you know, it's hard being Harrison Ford. Trying to make my way into fucking acting. I got this script for Star Wars. It's like a war up in like, space or something. Like I think I'll try out for that, see how that goes. Or, like the dude who did SpongeBob was like, well, Mr. Show with Bob and David's like canceled. I wonder where I'm going to work now. There's this little animation. It's like I'm a talking sponge under the sea. I'll try that out, see how that goes. Like I always wonder.
Cat Dog just ended. I need something else now. He was dog and cat dog. Yeah.
Like it's kind of crazy. I don't think Mark Hamill ever probably ever had that though, because he got into acting like super young, and then Star Wars just became that big hit. But in the middle of all the Star Wars shit, he started to get voice acting jobs. And so, like,
it is so wild to me how Mark Hamill was just this like young, sort of like attractive guy who fit into the Luke Skywalker role, and then now having grown up and gotten older, he's like this like old man who's typecast as insane villains. Like that's what he does now. Is he's the trickster in the Arrowverse. He's fucking Joker in some things.
In Batman, yeah, but here's the thing: like the people who are just like fair weather or just very casual fans of his, they would think like Joker, trickster, and that would probably be it. But if you go back and pardon me, I had some burpees. If you go back and you start if you go check out his IMDb page, he has acting credits from shit that I forgot. Like I didn't know until like last year that he was Lord Ozai in fucking the Avatar, The Last Airbender. Had no idea he was that. He's also Skips in Regular Show. There's just
that is Mark Hamill.
Yeah. It is like, dude. Like for a minute, I was wondering. That voice sounds so fucking familiar, but I couldn't put my fucking finger on it until like a couple of years, about a year or so ago.
Oh yeah, he's a super talented.
Oh shit, that's fucking Mark Hamill.
He's a super talented and spread out voice actor, but like nowadays his live action career it's just changed so much from him being like this normal young guy who you cast as like Luke Skywalker, the fucking protagonist, to
Chucky,
a guy who plays fucking like insane supervillains.
Yeah, but he does a fucking great job of it.
Yeah,
yeah, he does it extremely well. Like, there's this YouTube channel I just started watching a few weeks ago, and for the life of me, I'm hoping I can find it here in a few minutes because I didn't know, like, all your favorite voice actors from, like, the 70s and 80s have pretty much, at least for my generation, have pretty much done every single voice in every single cartoon that you loved. If you loved Transformers, you probably loved the GoBots, and a lot of the people who did, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were the ones who voiced a lot of voices in the Gummy Bears. Nearly everyone
Gummy Bears!
It's bouncing here and there and everywhere. From beyond the Gummy Bears.
Gummy Bears.
But yada. I guess I can't fucking find this stupid ass fucking thing. But anyway, yeah, everyone who was in Transformers also voiced a bunch of voices in the fucking GoBot series. I mean, it's fucking crazy.
Did Jaleel White do a lot of cartoon work outside of the Sonic shit? Like, is he in things?
I think he's done some stuff, but I was never really focused on him. Because, like, I hate to say this, but he was always the guy that, like, Jaleel White, yeah, Urkel. Yeah, that's great, yeah. Early 90s. And now I'm done. I
don't really like Family Matters that much. I never really got into it. Like, I got into a shit ton of, like, 90s sitcoms when I was young. Like, I got super into Boy Meets World. I got super into, like, dinosaurs. I got super into fucking, like, what's that show? I don't remember the name of the show. It was some other 90s-ish sitcom. But
what's fucked up is the ending to Dinosaurs. They all
they all die. They all fucking die.
Everybody, not just the family, but everyone in that universe dies.
And it's not even like the way you expected. Yeah, it's not even like the way you expected. It's not a meteor hitting. They fucking cause nuclear winter by accident, and everybody freezes to death.
Yeah, new Ice Age. They brought about a new Ice Age, and so that's really fucking depressing. If you think about it, there's a lot of depressing fucking stuff like Mighty Max. I don't know if you guys remember the show Mighty Max from like the mid '90s, but maybe you guys weren't even alive back then. Um, the ending of that show was he has to go through all this bullshit, watch his two guardians fucking die off right in front of him, and he's stuck in a time loop. By the end of the series, shows him like going back to the very beginning, but he's armed with the knowledge that of all the shit that he just went through. But there's like a point, and there's apparently no there's no set like no set amount of how many times he has to go through it, or how many times he has gone through it, because every time's like a sort of a new experience with some slightly changed variations. You know, have y'all ever heard of Reboot?
Yeah, a reboot like Teen Titans.
Dude, no, not
like the
not
show Reboot, like the shitty CGI.
No, not shitty CGI. Don't call it shitty. It's
not
fucking
a shitty
awesome.
Show.
It's beautiful.
It's not a shitty show. The animation is shitty.
No, the animation is not shitty. This is the reason why it's not shitty, is because that was the very beginning of mainstream usage of CGI, computer generated images. The dudes who did the Dire Straits animated music video in the 80s were the ones who helped design the show in the early 90s. So it was really cool. And the America's like Saturday morning cartoon networks really fucked that show up, because they stopped showing the rest of the seasons of Reboot. And so we are all, and since we didn't have internet back in my time, not in the level that we have now, we had no idea that it was still going on for another couple of seasons in fucking Canada. There's a lot of shows that ended in Canada, that ended in America, that did really well literally everywhere else. But we never fucking saw an extra episode of Reboot. Like, I don't think America's ever seen the last season or so of Reboot on American television, but everyone else has, and there's a bunch of other weird cartoon shows that are a lot like that.
Oh, and like anime in that vein, there's the fact that fucking for a long time the trend with Yu-Gi-Oh was that
make another one.
Each series would get a couple seasons. Like GX had a couple seasons, the original had a couple seasons, obviously 5Ds had a couple seasons. But every time, they would get to the point where it's time to dub the last season of the show, and they're like, nah, we'll just skip it and we'll start the next one. So, like, the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and the last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds never got dubbed. Like, because they were like, fuck it, the new one's out, let's skip it.
That fucking really sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks, particularly with 5Ds, because it would have worked fairly easily. It was the standard season, and it kind of wrapped things up. With GX, it would have been a little weird, because, like, the plot got really, like, not, like, adult, because it's still Yu-Gi-Oh!, but, like, it got a little bit more intense, and, like, there was shit with the main character. Like, it was possible that 4Kids just said, like, yeah, maybe don't do that one, because it's weird, and there's, like, some demon lady who possesses the main character. But with 5Ds, it was just like, this is just a season of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is just the end of the story we've been following for 3 seasons. Why wouldn't you dub that? But yeah, it's kind of silly that they did it that way. Shows that
ended too late, because Teen Titans was supposed to end at season 4.
It did.
And then it got there was a season 5.
Wait, no. Andrew, you are very misinformed.
Which season was the one
Teen Titans season 5 ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to do a season 6, but they didn't. Yeah. No, it was supposed to have a season. It was supposed to have 6 seasons, and they got canceled after the 5th. That's what happened.
But season's 4 ending was supposed to be like the entire end to it.
No, it wasn't. What do you
I'm
mean?
almost positive it was. At least that's how I've had it explained to me by someone before.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just shoving
'Cause,
my own
like,
foot in my mouth.
Season 4 ends with the big fight against that one guy. I'm not cultured enough to have watched the original Teen
Slade?
Titans.
Is it Slade?
Yeah, Slade.
Okay, it's Slade. Okay.
And then season 5 starts with them just being completely confused on what to do after.
Remember the Teen Titans Go episode where they make fun of everybody who likes Slade?
They do that.
Slade.
There's an episode of Teen Titans Go where like they hype up a fight with Slade and they do it off screen, and that's the joke.
Dude, I love Teen Titans, and I love Teen Titans Go. I don't see what the problem is with everyone shitting on Teen Titans Go. I just don't get it.
I feel like Teen Titans Go though is gonna kind of. I understand why people like it. It's just not my cup of tea. Like I enjoy what I watch. It's just like not something that I'm into. Like I'm gonna go pursue. But Teen Titans Go, I feel like, is going to fall into. It already has to an extent, but it's going to continue to fall into the SpongeBob hole, where it's going to be the only thing the network airs. It's going to get progressively shittier, and like it'll get shittier, and then it'll get better, and then it'll get shittier. That's what's going on with SpongeBob. Is like it was good at first, and then it got shitty, and then it got good again, and then it got shitty again, and it just kind of goes through that motion. Yeah, shows that ended too late, like I almost feel like, or shows that didn't end that should have, maybe, like, I guess, like, as much as it hurts me to say it, because there is still so much more they could do, I feel like Power Rangers probably should have ended in 2009. Like, it probably should have. At the very, yeah, like, because there was good shit after that, but there was also a lot of bad shit, and it was obvious that, like, they sort of, like, had a shift of what Power Rangers was after that, and it became much more of, like, this fucking kiddie shit that nobody really cared about. Like, they had, like, the one good season in there where it was like, oh, these characters are actually, like, charming and good, and this story is actually interesting. And then immediately the next season they were like, fart jokes!
You know, I hate to say this, but Power Rangers ended for me after the movie and the original season, the original series ended. For me, at least for me as a kid. So I've been like out of the Power Rangers scene. So like it was great for me. Like I got that series, the very first series, and the movie, and that's all she wrote for me. I hate to say. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I have a clarifying question for you. So, like, the end of the original series, what do you mean by that? Like, what's the last thing you remember? Like, what was the bookend of Power Rangers to you?
Oh, this is like 93, 94. I don't remember. Like, did you get the one with Tommy the Green Ranger? He becomes and hilarity and shenanigans ensue.
The other three get replaced, and then the movie happened, and then after that there was like a third season, and that's when Mighty Morphin ended. It was like, you remember Rito Revolto? You remember the skeleton guy?
Skeleton guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out whether you watched the third season or not. There was it was still Mighty Morphin, but there was like a skeleton guy. He was like a villain. His name was Rito, and he bumbled around with Goldar a lot. They were kind of like a duo for the third season.
I mean, I don't quite remember. Like, my memory is just like the original cast of Mighty Morphin, and then the movie, and then I guess I watched it a little bit after the movie, but that was it. I don't remember much else after that.
Yeah, I get that. So, I think Mo, like, legitimately, you would enjoy, like, even someone like, I don't think you would enjoy anything too far, like, in the future, besides, like, maybe a couple of choice shows, but Mighty Morphin was, like, the first 6 seasons of Power Rangers, 3 of which were Mighty Morphin, because Mighty Morphin had 3 seasons, all told one story. Like, it's not a very good, like, continuity, like, there are a lot of, like, plot holes and shit, but for the most part, like, by kids show standards, it was really good at, like, this is like a story that continued on for for Mighty Morphin into Zeo, into Turbo, and then concluded with In Space. And I feel like you would enjoy at least Zeo and In Space, especially In Space, because that's like a cult classic. Like, people who think the rest of Power Rangers is dumb and kiddie, like In Space.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah, because it all flows together, right? Like, the Mighty Morphin ends with the Power Rangers getting turned into kids and losing their powers, and then there's the fucking Alien Rangers thing, which sucked. Like, I hate Alien Rangers, but that led into like the Rangers going and collecting the Zeo crystals, which led to Power Rangers Zeo, which then led into Power Rangers Turbo, and then like the Turbo Rangers got replaced with new kids, and those new kids became the Space Rangers along with this alien guy, and like it all told like one big story that culminated into like this whole like the grand leader of like all the villains, like this guy named Dark Spectre. He like rules over all the villains. Like, all the villains are like sort of part of this like alliance of evil or whatever, and Dark Spectre is like the king of that. And he has like someone like directly under him, like, you know, like second in command sort of, is Astronema, the quote unquote queen of evil, and she like takes it upon herself to finally deal with the fucking Power Rangers. And Astronema is a very good villain, and the In Space Rangers are very good Rangers, and it culminates in this one big finale where I won't tell you what happens, because you might be one of the only people who could ever see this spoiler free, but at the same time you probably won't watch it because you haven't even watched John Era Game Grumps yet. But
Fuck you. I forget. Like, dude, okay. You know what my days have been lately? The last like couple of months, it's been watching a couple episodes of Star Trek Voyager a night, and then I finally move out. And I have released zero content since I fucking moved out because I've been glued to my TV watching the last 3 seasons of fucking Star Trek Voyager.
And then once you finish Voyager, you can replace that void with John Era Game Grumps.
I'm about to bust that out after the end of the show because I wanted to watch some John Era Game Grumps. There's a little issue that I have. A lack of a proper epilogue after a long-running series.
Yeah, like a proper ending.
Allow me...
kind of talking about that, yeah.
Well, like, I believe that we got... I believe that Voyager, Star Trek Voyager, got an awesome ending. You know, they took out a fucking Borg, a Borg fucking transwarp fucking conduit, blew it straight to fucking hell, and they ended up getting back home. And they entered in grand fashion by hiding inside a Borg sphere and then blowing it up and emerging in front of the entire fucking like a fourth of Starfleet's fucking naval armada. And so all of a sudden, you know, you see fucking long lost Voyager, the last like 7 years been gone Voyager, suddenly shows up on their doorstep. And it was like a really, really great ending. But the problem that I had is, unless you read the books, you're not going to know what happened to those characters. Like, what happened to Janeway? Well, I guess we find, like, immediately after fucking Voyager, what happened to Commander Tuvok? Or fucking Chakotay?
You gotta have the thing they do at, like, the end of the credits of Crash Bandicoot, where, like, it shows all the bosses, and it's like, he has since reformed and now works as a professor. That's what Ripper Roo did. That's how I remember that shit. That was
yeah, like I need, like, because I don't want to read like a million fucking books. I want to read like the last one, right? Like I just want to watch like a wrap up video. Like, I'm a big proponent of wrap up videos. You know, like I like doing that. You know, I like watching those because like I need to figure out like what happens to these characters. Like, yeah, you got the theater of the mind thing to go on, but at the same time, that can be used as a lazy writer's tool to not expand or answer a couple of questions, because I fucking hate that. I don't like being left in the dark. Like, I need at least like 70 to 80% of my questions answered. and
Yeah,
I'll
leading
fuck off
questions
on the
are
rest of them.
shitty, especially when you do it on purpose. Like, there's a very
Mhm.
famous example of this. I'm a big fan of Power Rangers, as I already just established. There's a very famous
Go
example.
Power Ranger.
Yes, there's a very famous example of this in the Power Rangers franchise. In one of the shittiest seasons, probably my least favorite, is Megaforce and Super Megaforce, but they're basically the same thing because of some weird, like, 20 episode rule with Nickelodeon. Whatever the fuck. So like they have all these like keys and shit. I think this is what it was about, but either way, something big didn't get explained. But it was, I think it's about the keys, where like the plot of Super Mega Force is like they have all these keys and they can use the powers of past Rangers, and that's like their gimmick. That's what they do. They turn into past Rangers and shit. And like they're like, where do the keys come from? And then Gosei, the fucking like Zordon equivalent, he's like, there is a very simple explanation for that. However, I can't tell you for some reason, basically, is what that boiled down to.
Oh, I hate that shit. The cryptic response. I hate cryptic responses. To go forward, you must go back. Up is down. The sun shall set on the empire it never set on before.
Sally
Rabba.
Sure.
Yes.
But yeah, that's like
very
a famous meme in the Power Rangers community now. It's like whenever there's like a question, it's always like, there's a simple explanation for that.
That's another reason why I needed an epilogue. In at the end of Voyager, or like the next to last episode, you find out that Tuvok, commander, the Vulcan on the crew, one of the main Vulcans on the crew, you find out that he might be very, very sick, and they might not be able to get the cure for his condition in time, because this is a time sensitive thing. And at the end of Voyager, you're shown
So
one.
the Power Rangers movie.
Oh well, I haven't. Wait, what Power Rangers movie? The first
one
one
that you
or
saw,
the recent one? Okay, what about it?
That's the plot, is that Zordon's tube gets broken and they have to like go get the fucking power to cure him before he dies.
That's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. Yeah, see, you're trying to fucking shoehorn your goddamn Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fucking thing on the thing that I'm talking about.
It's the thing to cure the guy.
I'm talking about fucking Lieutenant Commander Tuvok, okay, from Star Trek Voyager. The fucking he is the fucking lead security officer on the starship Voyager. You're talking about some fucking Zarguy, or fucking Zordon, whatever the fuck. Yeah, whatever the fuck is fucking douchebag. Oh no, my fucking shitty fucking 3D projector tube fucking broke. Oh no, oh me, oh my.
That's what happened in the movie. They had to find the cure.
You could just fucking go get you could just get some fucking tech and fucking just like replace it. It's like a 15-minute fucking job. You take the fucking you take the burnt out light bulb. You took the burnt out light bulb out of the thing, and then you put it back on there, and then boom, you got your supreme cryptic leader.
Survives. It's an old man. They put him in a time warp, so he's immortal.
Well, then they fucked that up now, didn't they?
Yes, because they fucking Ivan Ooze broke into the command center and broke his fucking tube, and that broke him out of the time warp, so he like started aging and dying, and that was the plot of the movie. They had to save Zordon.
I don't remember that at all. I am not going to rewatch that fucking movie again, but I just don't remember that movie.
It's good. It's very good. But yeah, the plot is like Ivan Ooze fucking shows up and he blows up the command center. He blows up Zordon's tube. The Rangers lose their powers because he blew up the command center, and they have to go to the planet to get the power to both restore their Power Ranger powers and save Zordon, who's rapidly aging and dying without his time warp.
Oh, the fucking name of the goddamn robot. What's his name?
Alpha 5. Alpha.
Alpha 5. Oh yeah, that's fucking SpongeBob.
That's not Tom Kenny. That's Invader Zim. That's Richard Horvitz.
No, it's not Richard Horvitz. It's fucking.
It is. It literally Alpha 5 is Richard Horvitz. Alpha 5 is not Tom Kenny.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, I'm fucking totally wrong. I thought that was SpongeBob. My bad. Yeah, that's another Richard Horowitz, man. He's a fucking such a great voice actor. He's been in things that I fucking didn't know were a fucking thing, right? Like his shit, like he's just been in too many goddamn things. I'm not going to really like regale you all of tales of like how many, like he's Angry Beavers, Invader Zim, stuff like that. But he's also been in like a ton of other stuff. Like he's currently doing this little web series called Hell of a Boss by Visipop. She's a fucking
Shit,
fantastic.
he's in that? He's in fucking...
Yeah,
he's in Hazbin
he's in
Hotel?
Hell. No, he's not in Hazbin Hotel. He's in Hell of a Boss. And
Hell of a Boss is the same
Hell of
show.
a
They
Bo-
renamed it.
No, it's not. No,
It is.
Hell of a Boss and no.
It's the same
Hazbin
show.
Hotel is its own No, it's not its own. No, it's same universe, different show though. Like the imps haven't showed up. Haven't
That was like the
they haven't met
pilot.
Charlie
The
and the
pilot
fucking
of
gang.
Hell of a Boss was Hazbin
No.
Hotel.
No, Hazbin Hotel was the pilot for Hazbin Hotel. Hell of a Boss is the pilot for the show Hell of a Boss. There's a shared universe in there, but they haven't like ran into each other canon, at least strictly speaking in canon. Like we haven't seen anyone from either show like
Okay, well, I've obviously
cross
wrong
paths
to
yet.
me. Sorry.
All right, sorry, what'd you say?
I said I've just had this explained wrong to me. Then I guess I was told that Hell of a Bot. It was just like they were able to make more episodes, but they changed the fucking name. That's what I was told.
No, that's fucking no. God, slap the person who fucking told you that shit. That is exactly.
I don't remember who told me that shit, so I can't.
Oh, okay. Well, no, that's not at all what happened. No, like same universe, different shows, different scenarios.
Okay, but anyway, so shows. I guess this one's coming back now, but for the longest time, there was Total Drama that kind of just ended on a shit storm and then just like stopped. That was a really good show.
I never watched Total Drama. Everyone else has watched Total Drama, but I just haven't, and I haven't really gotten like motivated to go watch it.
Total Drama is very good. It's a very good like cartoon spoof of reality shows. Yeah, Total Drama was like super popular, but then they made like a couple shitty seasons, and everybody was like, "I don't want to watch this," and then it stopped, and they were like, "But there's so many good seasons you could make if you just stopped being fucking stupid." Actually, very recently there was a fan project, like somebody fully like made and animated a fucking pilot for like a Total Drama reunion show. Like it's like all the characters from the first season and like they're like older and like they reunite and shit. And like it's a whole animated full TV length pilot, and he was gonna make more episodes. And then he got fucking DMCA'd.
Aww. Well, you really shouldn't be trying to make like should try to expand upon like copyright materials. It never really works out. Like just ask anyone who's ever tried to make a Nintendo fucking or Sony
Oh
or
my
like
god,
Sega
dude! I remember
project or a Blizzard fucking fighting the private fucking World of Warcraft server types.
It happens with Pokemon too. People make like Pokemon fan games that get a lot of attention, and then Nintendo says "fuck you."
Yeah,
but
it's fucked.
Here's one
just
thing:
not, it's not worth.
I'm the only one who remembers this. I don't think there's a single person on the planet who remembers this whose name is not either the guy who made it or me. So there's this guy.
On me now. I gotta hear it.
There's this fucking guy. There's probably other people who remember it. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it wasn't very popular. There's this guy. He was like a foreign guy. He went by Blaze Jakar on YouTube, and he made like a fucking sprite animation text, like really shitty, but not shitty. It's like really good for something that's really shitty. You know what I mean? You know that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like, it was like a follow-up to Dragon Ball GT, right? This was before Super. This was before people were like, okay, GT doesn't exist. Okay, got it. This is like somebody made like a sequel to Dragon Ball GT, and like it was like a sprite animation and like shit like that. And like I followed it like hard as a kid. Like I loved that shit. Like the plot is really stupid looking back. They just like sort of like were like, okay, we kind of just want to like have these characters be here forever. So they're like, oh, they all have eternal youth now, by the way. And this is like fucking 50 years after GT. And like there's like this whole plot about like it's Dragon Ball AF, which is like a very famous like, you know, fan legend. Like a lot of the like stuff that was like made up for Dragon Ball AF like on the internet throughout the years was adapted into the show. Like Zycor, who's like this villain that was made up for Dragon Ball AF, who's like very famous in the fan base, who's like just like this sort of like Saiyan-like alien who has like gray hair and green horns and is like really fucking powerful. Like that guy's there. There's an evil Goku arc, which is another thing that like gets passed around a lot as like an AF thing. And I was a super fan of this shit as a kid. Like I would watch it all the time. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, it was all fucking gone. Cause he got fucking like, not even by like Toei or something. Like it was by YouTube themselves who just said like, hey, this is fucking copyrighted Dragon Ball Z material. You can't do this. Fuck you. And like DMCA'd his shit. And I remember like the struggle because like he had just started his 3rd season and like he was putting actual effort into it. Like there was voice acting now. It probably wasn't great voice acting, but there was voice acting. The sprite animation was a lot cleaner now. And he had like, he was 1 episode into his 3rd season and he was like raring to go. And then he got fucking thunderstruck from YouTube and he tried to go to Dailymotion and then Dailymotion struck him almost right away. And that just like ruined all motivation he had to do the show and he stopped doing it. And I was devastated because I was so like into it and the 3rd season had just started. I was like, what's going to happen? Super had already started by this point. So it was sort of like an alternate plot now. It was like, okay, what's going to happen here? What are they going to do with this? Like, and I got invested and then they were like, nope, it's gone now because copyright. And it fucking killed me as a kid. I was so sad.
Oh, that sucks. Like, when Family Guy got canceled after season 3 for the first time, there were a ton of fucking shows that were like Fox tried to promote like a whole shitload of series that just got fucking 1 season, and like almost all of them except like maybe 1 or 2 did anything worth a damn. And after like a few years of no one being able to retain fucking Family Guy's spot, they just fucking brought Family Guy back to their original spot and it did fucking well. So I know how you feel. I also know how you feel because I was a fan of Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, right? And for the longest time, Funimation or Toonami, excuse me, they would play only to like the episode before Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first fucking time. They played they for like almost 4 or 5. I think like about 4 or 5 years they did this. And then one day with like little fanfare and no one fucking telling us, they just dropped on and said, oh, hey, the new season of Dragon Ball Z's coming out during this
wasn't it like
saga.
A dub back then too? It was like the ocean dub and shit or whatever. Like
there was a there were like how I like to put it is you got the voices that you are used to and that you thought were the voices of the characters, and then suddenly you're coming back to like a Dragon Ball Z that one, the color looks kind of funky. It doesn't look like the color palette, the color scheme of the other fucking episodes. And number 2, the voices are all fucked up. Like the fucking Vegeta. So
this is when like this is when the current cast came in, right? Like this is like
this is when the current channel and it was just suddenly new voices and like the animation looks a little shitty. It's kind of like how like fans of Futurama will remember this. How like on Cartoon Network that it ran for like many years, and suddenly got fucking put on Adult Swim. Or no, it was
Futurama didn't
what
air
was
on
it?
Cartoon Network. What are you fucking kidding me?
No, wait. I'm sorry. No, Adult Swim, and then I think it was on Cartoon or no Comedy Central.
Comedy Central.
Thank you.
is what it was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was one of them with the C's. Yeah, there's a notable difference in the quality of the show from Adult Swim to fucking cartoon Comedy fucking Central, right? Like the aspect ratio was like slightly off. It was also slightly off on The Simpsons when it was first debuted on the Disney Channel, and like because like half the like there was a
Plus,
portion
yeah.
or Disney Plus. Thank you. Like the color looked really weird, and the pacing, like the flow of the episode, so it looked a little off. And like they finally fucking fixed it after a while.
They made it widescreen, and because it used to be 4:3 or whatever the old ratio was, like the top and bottom screen would get cut off, and a lot of like the really like important like and like clever visual gags would get like cut.
Yeah. That's why everyone was mad when The Simpsons came out, and that's what like a lot of people were mad when.
Currently, formerly Chuck's. That's the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like
all right.
the
Well,
most joke they ever put in The Simpsons, I think.
yeah, formerly Chuck's. Yeah.
Scene feed, formerly Chuck's. But
All right. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say tonight on TV shows.
Yeah, we made a good, solid episode out of this. By the way, if you couldn't tell, Andrew did have to dip a little early. It's personal shit, whatever. He's fine. But
It's all good.
yeah, we're all good. Thank him for being here for as long as he did, and we'll see him next week. I hope his fucking sudden dipping isn't another start to a sudden month hiatus.
Oh wow, that would suck. Yeah, I remember the dark days when it was just me and you doing your show.
Yeah, I had to get you on because fucking Andrew just like was like, I don't want to fucking do it right now.
That's all good, man. Life finds a way.
It was funny because I think that was after. It was after he literally quit the show, and then me and Ian were gonna do the show, and like me and Ian got together to record our first episode, and Andrew just hopped in and was like, "It doesn't feel right to leave. I'm coming back." This isn't like behind the music shit or anything. People already know this.
Like Riley smoked how much crack cocaine? Oh
No.
Andrew just had fucking male prostitute after male prostitute coming into his fucking dressing room. It just like goes on and on and on. The drug problems behind the scenes of largest issue in the galaxy.
Something about cuckolding and a wedding and $20 million, you know.
We have an exclusive audio of the incident of Riley stepping out of of Riley holding a radio outside the apartment of one Andrew, and it's just like you're drunk as shit. I'm sorry, come back. Come back.
That reminds me of a very recent fucking. I have to talk about this to somebody because this got me so off guard because like. Current Game Grumps, while I still enjoy it, there's not like as much like gut-splitting bits. This one fucking got me. So, in like a very recent episode they did, like just a couple weeks ago of Mario Maker, they were like jokingly reminiscing about their future, and like Dan was like, "Yeah, that Aaron guy, he was my best friend. We used to play video games for a living. We don't talk much anymore." And then like there was like a laugh, and then Dan was like, "Sometimes I wonder if he's still out there, violating the restraining order." It really got me. Yeah, I guess that's about all we gotta say, folks. It's time to fucking do the end of the show where we plug our shit. Mo, where can our listeners find you?
Well, I tell you where they're not going to find me in jail because I obey the law and I'm good with our. Yeah, I support our local law enforcement.
Where did that
Golly
come
gee
from?
willikers. I'm thinking of like 60s fucking Batman because there's I guess we'll end I'll end this part of the show on a high note. There's a Batman episode, or I think it was in the middle of one of the Batman movies from the 60s and 70s. Him, the commissioner, and a few of the cops, and of course, fucking Robin were there. And it's at the end of the freaking thing, right? And suddenly,
Robin from Outcast?
No, you dipshit. I mean, Robin from Batman and Robin.
It was a joke. I was referencing the chat.
How
thing.
dare you interrupt me while I'm speaking? Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, so they're fucking yammering on, and all of a sudden, just dead stop. Just Adam West dead stops, looks at the camera and goes, "Support your local law enforcement," and then goes right back to the fucking bit like a fucking champ, dude. Like, just like a fucking what a professional would do is go, well, I always support the local law enforcement and recycle, blah 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 blah. Just like a fucking champ, dude. God bless Adam West.
The Batman equivalent to Sonic Says.
No, it's besides Kevin Conroy, I think he's the best Batman. I mean, all the Batmans have been really, really good, except the fucking George Clooney one. That was shit. That movie was shit too.
I've literally never watched an entire Batman movie in my life.
Oh, there's 4. Oh, okay. First off, you've got to watch the Nolanverse Batman movies, even number 3, even though it's not that good. But Batman Begins and The Dark Knight are fucking awesome movies. They're like the best in the fucking series. But there's the Tim Burton verse, which is like Batman 1 through 4. But 4 has a bunch of actors who are really great, but they're in this shitty movie. Like Uma Thurman and George Clooney are in there. And I think
is George Clooney Batman in those movies, or is that later?
Yes, no. George Clooney is Batman in the 4th movie, and it's not all that great.
They replaced the main actor and still kept it in the same universe.
Oh well, they did that 3 fucking times. Like Michael Keaton,
really?
Got sick of everyone going. Okay, hold on. So Michael Keaton got sick of everyone going, "Hey, Batman!" after the first fucking 2 movies, and he thought it was going to tank his career, and it kind of did, because he quit fucking doing Batman, and then once he stopped doing Batman, he got like Multiplicity and a couple other movies, but his career was pretty much over until like the mid 2010s. But yada yada yada. Val Kilmer. And I guess they didn't like Val Kilmer in number 3, so then on number 4, they switched it to George Clooney, and that movie just sucked the ass of 1,000 donkeys. It was just fucking bad. It was just a bad Batman film. Okay. But Batman 1 through 3 are fucking phenomenal. You have great fucking bad guys. You have like a great Batman. Like Val Kilmer, I mean, his Bruce Wayne is real wooden, but like luckily the 3rd Batman movie has very little to do with Bruce Wayne, and almost pretty much entirely
a lot more Batman than Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, like the first 2 Batman movies were about like 60-40 or 50-50, because Michael Keaton does a fucking phenomenal Bruce Wayne and Batman. I mean, to look at everything right now, unless like hopefully the Batman movie that's coming out, the new one, if it doesn't get canceled because there's tons of drama and problems on the set right now,
and Coof,
I think this is like I think we're about to be in a post-Coof world, because like everyone's already sick of it. Like the mask mandate down here in Texas. Like, yeah,
I heard the Texas guy was just like, everything's open now, no more masks.
Yeah, we're fucking done with. Yeah, no, we're fucking done with it. And like, see everything online. that you see is fucking AstroTurf, right? And I could fucking prove it to you. If you just simply go to Fiverr.com and search up boosting my Twitter presence, boosting my Instagram presence, dude, it's pretty much all bots, man. I can look for like $20. I can get a guy on Fiverr right now to say, hey, the grass is green. And like, I'll fucking tweet that out and there will be 1,000 people that will like my shit for like 20, 30 fucking bucks. It's just all AstroTurf, man, because, and I say this because here in Texas, nobody gave a shit. Online, where there's hundreds versus the millions here, nobody fucking gives a shit. And the no fucks given, the no fucks given transcended fucking race and fucking religion and creed and political and social fucking posturing. It was just fucking great. Everyone had a fucking cause, and that cause was fuck the masks. We're done with them. Okay, I want my fucking life back, and we got our fucking life back. Yeah, there's people, and I support them. There's people who are still wearing the masks, and some establishments are asking, please wear a mask because it's a grocery store. I understand that. I understand like wearing it in like a fucking postal service, like a mail office. I get that, but like as far as like going like just out and like walking about and walking the bay, no, fuck you. I'm not wearing my goddamn mask. We're done with it. And notice how there isn't some fucking sudden outbreak of hundreds of thousands of people in fucking Texas dying because of COVID, motherfucker.
COVID, my mask.
Bullshit. Oh. Everyone's fucking done. Yeah, we should have fucking followed. We should have followed Florida's like fucking example a long time ago, but we didn't because we wanted to fucking scare everyone. The fact, it was all just a fucking ploy to get fucking Trump booted out anyway.
The fact that people are still talking shit about like anti-maskers and shit. Like, I had an interaction on a podcast fucking yesterday where it's the new podcast I do with my buddy Jason, and our guest, this British kid who Jason is friends with, was like talking shit about anti-maskers, and I was like, I have some bad news. And he's like, wait, are you an anti-masker? And I was like, yes. And he was like, oh, I respect you so much less now. And I was just like, fuck off. Like,
yeah,
really?
Dude, fuck them. Like, oh, really? Like, I'm a dog of the state, and I do what I'm told without thinking or questioning anything.
I'm British. I wear my mask. Sorry.
Like, this isn't even a conspiracy theory or anything like that. It's just that, hey, okay, we kind of fucking we rode the COVID fucking wagon, this COVID fucking train for a long time. It had its highs and lows, but it's docking at the station without incident. And so we're done here. Okay, you had your fun. You almost got your fucking little dog and pony show of a state-run society where you and people like you get to tell the masses what to do because this is all a bid for control. That's all this fucking shit is. The government, if someone ever tells you that the government cares about people, you socially distance yourself from that person. As far as there's no limit to like 6 foot, 12 foot, 1,000,000 feet, fucking get the fuck away from this dipshit deluded dumb fuck. Alright? Because that's what they are, man. Anyone who fucking thinks the government's compassionate or thinks that they had a good response to this COVID fucking outbreak, I mean, fucking completely not. Like, Trump botched this Trump botched the fucking response, and the Biden team is coasting. They're not doing, like, they haven't really done fuck all, really. Everything that's happening now with the vaccines being manufactured was already happening under fucking Trump. Biden's just fucking riding the fucking end of the fucking crest of that wave, because it's pretty much the Trump vaccine as far as I'm concerned. Yes, thank you, President Biden, blah, 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 American patriotism, blah, blah, immunity, blah, 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 COVID, blah, 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 hashtag in it together, blah, 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 just fucking done. Just fuck off. Don't ever, anyone ever let you tell you otherwise, man. It's all fucking smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, fuck Fuck that guy. No, I like that guy. It's fine.
Respect you so much less now. Oh, fuck off, you dog of the fucking state. Jesus, you would lick fucking Biden's fucking boots if he fucking told you to. Ugh.
The Queen told me to wear a mask. I'm British.
Hey, look at you respecting authority. Oh, I see you got ACAB in your profile though, but you're like a dog of the fucking state. So you're not really that committed, are you, bro?
I feel like Jason is gonna hear this while editing and send like the timestamps to this guy, and I'm gonna get fucking angry DMs.
Oh, it was like, okay, so you're ACAB, right? Tell me how much you're sad that cop at the January
cops
6th
were
fucking riot
I'm
fucking died.
British.
Yeah, I see that you shared all the info. It said hashtag support all policemen. Hashtag back the blue. When it was just ACAB last week, you fucks. Like, notice how the fucking left have discarded their fucking toys? Like BLM, Antifa, and
I don't want to play with you anymore. The Toy Story.
I don't want to play with you anymore. Yeah, because the baby got what they want. They threw their fucking fits and fucking stomped their legs and stomped their feet and held their fucking breath until baby got what they want. So now they're done with these fucking toys. They don't want to play with them anymore. I mean, the corporations are still really riding high this financial wave. And to those of you who are listening, never forget Twitter, YouTube, fucking Hulu, Cinemax, HBO. None of these motherfuckers care about you, man. You can have insert person type of person here, and they'll make a show about those types of people. And all it is because it'll get them ratings and get them clicks and get them shares and views and subscriptions, man. You're nothing but a fucking number to them. Never fucking forget. Anyway, I'm done. We should probably wrap this up before I start
ranting. Let's end the podcast. Where can our listeners find you, Mo?
Well, they can find me, right now until I get fucking deplatformed off of everything. They can find me at twitch.tv/MoDiggity. Instagram.com and YouTube.com at MoDiggity42. You can check me out at Moside Gaming, all one word, at YouTube. You can check out me and Riley's other podcast, the MoCast, on Anchor.fm. You can check that out.
Episode 51, Religion, coming soon.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. We're going to have to get with Robin with that and figure out like a good time to record. But you can go on Anchor.fm and listen to our show on any of your favorite streaming services like Apple and Spotify, stuff like that. And most recently, I've gotten into TikTok at Moside Gaming. I do a bunch. It's all exclusively video game related. No politics, no bullshit, just gaming.
You don't
just
dance
like the
in
gaming
underwear?
channel is in. No, I don't dance in my underwear. I don't rant and I don't get drunk and rant about Trump and how the election. Hashtag stop the steal.
Apparently,
hashtag stop the steal.
An old supervisor.
QAnon, what is he telling us what to do?
An old supervisor
Sorry,
of
go
mine
ahead.
at work apparently is like, it's like talking the grapevine about how he fucking danced in his underwear on TikTok, and he's just like this silly old man. I love the guy. He's a great guy. He was a great supervisor. But just the fact that he apparently reportedly danced in his underwear on TikTok is so fucking silly.
Dude, there's a bunch of creepers on fucking TikTok, not gonna lie. Like, I can see, like,
I don't think it was a creepy
child.
I think it was like
dude,
a comedic way.
For real, man, on fucking TikTok, man. Like, I freaked out a couple of chicks that had kids by just telling them, hey, the current crisis of the week is on TikTok because they keep finding these like 50, 60-year-old men fucking like doing duets. Like that what that means on TikTok is someone makes a video and you and you make a video responding to it and it plays together, right? Well, dude, these fucking child predators, man, they've been getting on the fucking TikTok, getting on these 15, 16-year-old TikTok girls fucking TikToks and doing fucking duets with them and making like kissy faces and all this shit. Like, it's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that's not great, but yeah,
it's still a great platform. But like, there's some people on here like, and TikTok does for the most part, I think, a good job of trying to fucking squash that shit because it's they'll do a hell of a lot better job of trying to prevent that than fucking Twitter ever will. I mean, Twitter just fucking ignores it almost to the point of like, you know, condoning it. Almost to the point of condoning fucking child predatory behavior and, you know, child rape and predatory behavior on children. I mean, I think so anyway.
Yeah. That's fucking weird. TikTok, man, it's not really. I don't hate it.
Oh, that would be an episode on one of your podcasts to talk about. It's like how deep the fucking gross fucking predatory behavior is.
I think I'm going to avoid all like talks Facebook. About predatory behavior and pedophilia and things in that general circle, just due to previous skirmishes.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm talking about, like, you know, like, what little the companies, with the exception of, like, a couple of them.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to, like, cross-reference anything on previous fucking episodes and shit like that. I'm just talking about, like,
Calm down, Null.
Like, in my opinion, it feels like it almost got worse on Twitter. Because like now there's a really great concentrated effort to report any account that has like map, you know, minor attracted person,
fucking
stuff like that. There seems to be a real concentrated effort to get rid of these people, but they're hit with fucking constant fucking roadblocks from fucking Twitter itself. It's almost like they either one, don't care, or two, are just fine with it, and they don't have that.
I think it's just like what it is. Like, this is me giving Twitter a benefit of the doubt where it really doesn't deserve one. But like, I think like at least the logical explanation is like just the fact that there are also people who go around and like mass false report accounts that don't deserve it. So there's like roadblocks for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's why I do believe that 100%.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also like y'all like stop fucking using COVID as an excuse not to rehire back your fucking workers. So these guys, because COVID's made social media even worse. Like it's just fucking crazy. It's just fucking disheartening, really.
Is COVID why you haven't been banned from Twitter again yet?
Actually, you know, I just thought about it the other day. Is like, what if I was stuck? What if I died and I was stuck in purgatory? And they said, in order to get out of purgatory, all you have to do for 1 year is keep one Twitter account. Just one Twitter account. You can't make a bunch of other sock puppet accounts. You have to have the one. If you can just not be banned all year long, you get to go to heaven. But if you get banned, you get sent down to fucking hell. Man, and the purgatory is the days before the 2016 and the 2020 elections. It's not the election day themselves. It's the fucking chaos.
The days leading up to the election day.
Yeah, the days are the best of the best when you could just taste the greatness of America. It's fucking delicious. But the problem is, you know, I tend to subsist on this manna from heaven just a little bit too hard, and I let my shit go, and I forget, like, dude, straight up, there are days where I spend, like, about an hour and a half fucking having to clean up my fucking Twitter profile because I fucking went off on somebody and, like, you know, just got mad, and I just say, you know what, I'm gonna fucking type inappropriate things to you. Like, I don't care if your family dies from COVID. Fuck you, I'm not wearing a mask. It's like, well, that's a little bit insensitive, Mo. You can delete that, can't you? Yeah. And then there's like one, well, I'm not apologizing for that. You told him to tell his kids to eat shit and fucking die. And then I went on to say how you can get fucked with a baseball bat. It's like, yeah, I have had
a couple moments where, like, Mo does, like, tweet crazy shit and then delete it. Like, I have had literal moments where, like, I'll see a tweet from you, I'll click it with intent to reply, and when I click on it, it won't exist anymore.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That happened a couple times.
Yeah, or like the ones who are like, "Hey guys, I love having my Twitter account." Like, fuck. Okay, because like straight up for real, you and Robin and a few other people, y'all are kind of like y'all are my fucking normie rods. You know, like it's like if this doesn't pass the Robin or Riley test or my friend test, like if someone goes, "Mo, you shouldn't say that," I'm like, oh fuck, I better fucking get rid of it. Or if I immediately go, no, I can't fucking say that. That's mean. That'll get me banned. I can't say retard.
I
You know,
feel
and
like
that
I've
fucking
said shit
pisses
that
me
would
off.
get me banned from Twitter, though. I'm surprised it's never happened to me before. Because, like, you know, I run in circles with people who get banned on Twitter like every fucking week, and I say like my fair share of like, you know, mean shit. And I'm surprised I haven't gotten banned yet at all.
Yeah.
Ever.
Like, you guys are always fucking like sharing fucking stone toss fucking comics. I say retard once, and like, well, I didn't say it once, but like basically one of the tweets that got me.
I only said
fucking-
it one time. Mo Diggity has one time in his life, singular, said the word retard.
Okay, yeah, well, I corrected the record right then and there, because it was to fucking, not Ricky Berwick, but fucking Crip Daddy Donovan. And the tweet was, like, because everyone was like, well, that's retarded.
Oh shit, I didn't mark it down when we said retard. Fuck. It's whatever.
Oh.
Leave it in.
Yeah, well, because this was the tweet, right? Because he was fucking, talking about, the word retard, right? And this fucking, like, this SJW social justice warrior who cares so fucking much about the disabled, who wants to shield them from the world when people like Ricky Berwick and Donnie and fucking Hot Wheels and shit say, no, I don't need you as my fucking shield. Fuck off. I fucking chime in, with, this chick's more
Fuck
retarded
off.
than Ronnie.
Retard. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this chick's more retarded than Ronnie the retard, and he's retarded. Or something like that. Like, I think it was like, it's more retarded than Ryan the retard, and he's retarded. I think I said exactly that. The point is, I said retard like a lot, like an excessive amount, and so that got
Just
that
like
got
we're
me
saying on
fucking
this
banned.
podcast right now.
I mean, I'm not editing, so it's not my fucking problem. But you know, like that got me fucking booted off of fucking Twitter for a fucking week, and I just don't think I should have been fucking booted off of Twitter for a week for saying something funny. Anyway, I'm done.
It's like with those kind of words, it's like I'm obviously not offended by them, and I don't think a lot of people are. But like, I just generally try to avoid them in my podcast, just so like, you know, years from now, some like SJW doesn't tweet out, fucking Riley, he said the retard on a podcast once, and then suddenly everybody hates me.
I mean, I'm comfortable with just blocking everyone in existence. I'll block the whole fucking world and just talk to myself if need be. I mean, I'm just not like, I just don't understand the capitulation to these fucking people. They're fucking
Riley
powerless.
left the N-word in his podcast.
Yeah, all right.
I
yeah,
did do that
this is
at
something
one
that's
point.
for. Oh, God.
I didn't say it.
Well, don't
I
say,
didn't say it. Somebody else said it. I just left it in.
Oh, that sucks, dude. I've had.
I put I put like a little PSA at the beginning because it was like it wasn't used in like a straight up offensive context. I was just like, because this was back when we didn't have an editor, right? This was when Largest Issue went up raw. I was like, hey guys, listen, like this guy said the N-word, and we can't really edit it out. So like, if you don't want to hear the N-word, just don't listen to this episode.
Yeah, this seems like another Largest Issue in the Galaxy podcast topic that you like, because I think we've ran on long enough.
I've done that before. I did Things You Can't Say a while ago, and that was an important issue to me. But yeah, let's plug my shit and end it before we get into another 20-minute tangent. You find me on Twitter at Riley Tweets. Find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Riley Streams, where I recently failed horribly at my sleep block. I only got 4 badges before I succumbed to the sleep. 15 hours in. But yeah, there was that, and then YouTube as Riley exclamation point, and other podcasts. There's Pokemon Variety Hour, which can be found on Spotify, Stitcher, or Apple Podcast. Pixels, Polygons, and Fun, the video game podcast, can be found wherever podcasts are found. On the same three places you can find Pokemon Variety Hour. If you're listening to this on the Big Guy Little Guy YouTube channel, I highly encourage you to check out the Riley Podcast Mega Feed. That's where I put a lot of podcasts, including this show. And if you are listening on the Mega Feed right now, maybe click the link in the description and subscribe to Big Guy Little Guy, because me and Andrew actually are in talks of doing another Big Guy Little Guy session, which hasn't even been like a topic in our minds besides me bullying him about it for a couple months now. Like, there are actually talks for it now. Like, we're like, when can we do this? So maybe you'll start seeing a couple episodes of Big Guy Little Guy play again. Like, you know, this
Hell yeah.
Let's Play channel that we started that was supposed to be daily, and then we did 1 week of daily uploads and never did anything again. But yeah, that's how that happened. And then, you already plugged the Vocast, so I don't have to plug it today because you're here. Plug it.
I already did that.
So yeah, I guess that's it. We're all good now. We did the thing. So yeah, my issue was there's only one issue this time. Everybody's issue today was fucking at the end of shows. Fun little April Fool's gang guys. You saw the end of shows and you were like, I know it. I know at least one of you out there was like, oh shit, oh no, oh fuck, we gotcha. But yeah, for largest issue in the galaxy, I've been Riley.
And I am a special guest, occasional guest, Mo Diggity from the MoCast.
And
Waka Waka.
Andrew was here too. We love you, Andrew. Thanks for coming on every week, all the time, except for when you don't. But that's okay. Bye.